All right, on this episode of JB&A University, we're back in the camp of Christie. This is Christie Digital 101 episode titled Let There Be Light. That's right, folks. We're talking all about projectors today. Now, if you're late to class and you didn't turn in your homework from last week, make sure you drop that in my inbox on the way out of class today. And if you took that class online, make sure you click the submit button on your scores to get your credits for taking the class from last time. Other than that, let's get started because I know you've got places to be and lunch to get to. So let's get this class started. As always, I'm your host, Nick Smith, VP of Technology here at Jeff Burgess & Associates. You've got the digits at the bottom of the screen if you need to get a hold of us. So let's go create something. All right, you know what? We're talking about Christie in the last couple of weeks. We're having a great time. There's lots of good stuff. They've got a couple pieces I want you to look at today. So we're going to talk about the DS and the HS series of projectors. These are their more cost-effective projector lines utilizing LCD or DLP technologies. So let's dive in a little bit. So first one we're going to hit on today is the DS series, the 3 LCD projectors. Look, LCD is a great technology. Don't let anybody knock it right now. It's been around a while. It's very mature and it works really well. One thing we're going to see, the brightness has come way up on these, and the lamp life as well as just the overall life of the LCDs has dramatically improved in the last 10 years. So it's a great time to get an affordable LCD projector. Uses for these projectors are the same as always, right? Auditoriums, education, boardrooms, conference rooms, government, anywhere you've got a screen and you want to put some light on it, it's a great place to do it. I would definitely say from the business standpoint, LCD is a great environment for things like, classrooms or boardrooms, conference rooms. It's just a great technology for that overall, but definitely a cost-effective one if you're starting into worship facilities where you've got a lot of screen or you want to put a lot of light on the wall, retail, hotels. We definitely see these kind of fall into a lot of different venues. In terms of that, though, one of the things we're going to talk about, okay, so the LW755, this is the DS series again. This is a 7,500 lumen projector, so it's nice and bright. It's perfect for a room that's got some ambient light in it that you need a lot of light on the wall, right? So definitely for a smaller boardroom or conference room or medium-sized boardroom or conference room, this is a great projector. Now, it's got a WXGA resolution. Now, pull open your textbooks, and I think you're going to look on page 42 where we get into resolutions. WXGA, if you can't remember what that is, that's 1920 by 1200. Now you're saying to yourself, why? Well, remember earlier I said this is perfect for environments like boardrooms and conference rooms and classrooms. Why is that? 1920 by 1200 was the resolution that Microsoft chose a few years back for their laptops and for Windows to be sort of native inside of Windows. And really, if you think about it, 1920 by 12, 1920, it's got the same width as everybody else, but that 1200 vertical resolution gives you a little more space for things like Excel and PowerPoint, allows you to get that much more data on the screen. So that extra bit of room is actually perfect if, say, you need a toolbar on the bottom of your screen that has your applications. You're not losing a lot of screen real estate, right? And that's sort of the standard. Microsoft pushed that forward with Windows, and all the projector and screen panel manufacturers kind of joined in. So that's a very common resolution. And that's sort of where the LCD market has found itself, right? Sitting in that resolution is a great place to be. And especially, again, as we talk about boardroom, conference room, places where you're doing a lot of data up on screen, this gives you that extra real estate without having to jump into 4K or, the next resolutions up. So with these projectors, though, we got nice long lamps on them. This is also something you didn't see on projectors, 10, 15 years ago in the LCD market, and they're maintaining their brightness much deeper into the lamp life. A full suite of lenses. So this one's got lots of options on it, up to 7 different lenses, including an ultra short throw. You still got the Live Viewer app for content sharing that's built into it. Now, one thing I'm really happy that Christie is doing, and we talked about this in our last class about 4K on 1080p or even WXGA projectors, which is the ability to bring in 4K content. It's everywhere. It's ubiquitous. It's in our media players. It's all over the place now. 4K wasn't as prevalent a few years ago. It is now. So the ability to bring that into our projector without having to add scalers and other pieces and have it done right in the projector, that's a great thing. And We talked about that in the flat panel line in last class last week. So here again, you're seeing Christie implement that all over the place, including their projectors. So the omnidirectional installation flexibility, this one can be done upside down and kind of flipped around. It's got built-in edge blending and warping for up to 12 projectors. So if you're doing a large installation, say in a museum, and you want lots of signal and you don't want to see the seams, this is how. And of course, as you can see on screen, it comes in black and white, like a Jackson song. All right, so moving forward though, we're going to see the same technology, right? But now we're jumping into an HD resolution. So if you're doing more video content and less, say PowerPoint and Excel documentation. So this one's a little more suited, I would say, for more of your house of worship that are doing more broadcast, image magnification up on screen. We're sacrificing that extra resolution, but that's okay because your projection screen probably already supports a 1920 or a standard 16:9. But we're bumping the lumens up a little bit. So if you've got a, 3,000 or so seat house auditorium, this might be a great projector to look at this lumen. Everything else is still the same, including that ability to bring in the 4K content. So if you're looking in an environment where, you've got 4K cameras and everything, but you don't want to spend the money on a 4K projector because let's face it, they're expensive. This could be one of the options that you want to look at. All right, moving on a little bit, we're going to talk about the a review on that last projector on that LHD. So this is projectorreviews.com. This is what they really liked about this. And again, they called out the same thing, that 4K HDR content was key for them in this review, and being able to implement, again, not having to change the screen, not having to buy a more expensive projector, but still be able to allow people to bring that content into this was high on their list. So here's the review, and there's the link to it here. You can get it in the show notes afterwards if you want, but make sure you take a good browse through this. It's a great one to talk about with your clients. All right, moving forward, we're going to bump the resolution again. We're going to get back up to the WUXGA. We're going to increase the lumen count this time and get it up to 9,000. This is the LW900. Now, the nice part about these is we still got that nice big suite of lenses, right? We've got ultra short throws all the way up to long distance ones. We're getting that same bulb life, 20,000 hours, keeping brightness all the way up there. Still have the connectivity at 4K and the wireless content sharing. Still have the omnidirectional installation and edge blending, but again, we're up in the resolution over the last one, and we're going to get a little more brightness out of this. So larger classroom, larger auditorium. This is going to be your projector right here. All right, that's it for the LCD side, right? So definitely those are your players to look at right now in the 3-chip LCD. Let's jump over to some DLP, so the HS series. I'm really excited by these. So first and foremost, we've got another Projector Central of the Year award coming in on this line, and we've also got TAA compliancy now on these, and this is key. So it's going to give us a couple new edges here over some of the other players. And the TAA one, if you're not familiar with it, this is your ability to sell into government installations that require, all the components, they know where the lineage of all these are. They're all sourced by countries they trust, right? So this is going to give us that extra ability here to sell into some government environments that ordinarily might have been hands off. All right, so markets and applications. DLP is a slightly different space, right? You get a different color representation. You're going to get some poppier reds going on inside of this. Great for visualization, projection mapping, right? They definitely get the brightness with these, and you're going to get the fine-tuned quality of the color control that you might not see in the LCD. Still going to be great for some auditorium, education, government environments, right? Museums, the same as the LCD, but you're sacrificing some of the resolution in terms of that vertical resolution, and I'll show you what I mean when we get into the DLPs. Okay, so this is actually one of my favorite projectors. I'm going to tell you why in just a quick second. First, 1,300 lumens at HD, 13.5 at WXGA. So we need a little more light to make sure we get that full DLP chip, but that's getting that full DLP chip. This is one for a large conference room or boardroom. If you're going to want to keep that 1920 by 12, this is the projector you need to be looking at. Now they've got the bold color technology. Remember I talked about you get some brighter, more powerful colors in this because of the DLP technology. But we're still going to see that 20,000 hour lamp life on this. We've got a nice big suite of lenses, including the ultra throw, but where this is going to play in some environments, especially when we get into the the visualization and the any kind of image mapping environments, is we've got built-in twist, and it's compatible with the Mystique camera. So this is Christie's auto tuning or sort of auto alignment technology. It allows you to put a camera on the projector and align multiple cameras together to get your seamless edge and your blending. It's a great technology and it adds a lot here. The virtual remote for controlling this one externally, and then we've got, that's something that's unique here is we've got uniformity across this entire D series. The 16, so the 13, 16, 20 all use the same accessories. It's the same body, it's the same lenses, and the same rigging. So if you're running a fleet of projectors and you want to keep things easy, if you stay within the D series, you can use all your same tools over and over again. Now, I mentioned there's something I really like about this projector, and that is at 13,000 lumens, this only runs off 110 volt. Meaning if you're replacing an older projector, if you're replacing, say, an old 4x3 projector or an existing projector that was already there, this one's going to give you the ability to just flip it out and not have to bring in new power, not have to hire an electrician to come. It's going to save you a little money in doing that replacement. But it also allows you to do some really unique things with this projector. Maybe put it on stage in places where you don't have high power, put it in a museum in locations where you don't have that level of power, but still get a lot of light out of that lens at 13 to 13 and a half lumens. Pretty spectacular beast. And again, we got that TAA compliancy. All right, let's bump it up a little bit. This is the best of the year award version here. This one is the D16. Okay, same as before, we've got a HD and a WUXGA version at 15,500 and 17,500 lumens. So these puppies are bright, right? This is great. Bold color technology. We're going to see basically all the same features we saw in the last one. Twist compatibility and Mystique compatibility and virtual remote. Again, same lenses and rigging and mounting. We're just really upping the amount of light that's coming out of this thing. So if you're going out to do some, blow ups and light up the side of a building for some image mapping, something you're going to do from a Christmas performance at a church, and you need a lot of light, this is a great projector to have in hand. If it's not enough for you, we have another choice. We're going to get that in a second. But most importantly, this one, it too runs on the 110. So we're getting a tremendous amount of light for as little electricity as possible. All right, great ProjectorCentral.com review and award. Make sure you read this through. But again, they really felt was the perfect projector in terms of clarity and visual capability, balanced with features and performance at the price and at the power that it required. So that was a great review here. Make sure you click on that one. It's also on our website. You can see it later. All right, now taking this thing up one more step to 20,000 lumens at WXGA, so that if you've absolutely got a very large, multi-purpose conference room, or a very large environment with big screens, you're going to want a lot of light and you're going to want that extra resolution that WXGA gives you. If you don't need that extra resolution, this one comes in 18,500 lumens for just straight up HD. Bold color technology, 20,000 hours of illumination, full suite of lenses, Christie twist and Christie Mystique, all the tools you need for warping and blending, virtual remote. So again, we're getting all the same features in this projector line. We're just taking the resolution, taking the brightness and ramping it up with each version. So that's the 13, the 16, and the D20. And it makes it a really easy projector line to go out and manage because, you don't need to learn a bunch of different projectors. You need to learn one line and just know what type of brightness you're going to need for the room. All right, so that is the D series, the D 13, 16, 20. Now, it's Christie. Resolution is important. You're probably saying to yourself, where's my 4K? Where's my 4K? Where's my 4K? The world has moved to 4K. Why am I not seeing a 4K projector here? Well, all right, I give you your 4K projector. Okay, so this is great. This is a 4K UHD. So it's a 1 DLP projector, which means we're very cost effective. And that is the problem with 4K in the projection world, is it is not cheap. There are some less expensive 4K projectors out there, but when you look at the amount of light they're throwing out, it's not that big. So with Christie's high performance 4K projector, we're getting a lot of light for a great price. So 7,000 lumens or 10,000 lumens, depending on which version you want, right? 4K Ultra HD resolution. We've still got the same features as in the other portion of the D series, which is bold color, 20,000 hours of illumination, right? So we got a long lamp life on this. It's going to last you a good amount of time. Big suite of lenses on this one, twist and mystique for doing some visualization or doing some image warping, and then the virtual remote for being able to control it from a smartphone or tablet if you don't want to put in a big control system. So this is a great projector for a great price, but allows people to get into 4K at an affordable rate. So if you're doing a small theater and you want to make sure you've got 4K capabilities, this is the great way to go because there's going to be no scaling on this one. All right, that is our class for the day. As I said at the beginning of class, please make sure you turn in your homework from last week or finish it up and turn it in online. I do want you to get credit for it. As always, if you have questions, you can hit us up at jbanda.com. Call us at 415-256-2800 or send us an email at sales@jbanda. All right, this has been JB&A University, and we'll see you at the next class. So go get some lunch.